Hi, welcome back. My name is Emily. In this video I will be creating two cards that is having a Valentine's theme in mind, but you could actually give this card to anybody that you know because they are not too like lovey-dovey. I picked one of the cute gnomes called Made with Love. And I absolutely love this stamp set. I have been using it quite a lot for my Christmas cards, and I wanted to bring it out now for Valentine's as well, because I just think this is one of those stamps that will work great all year round, and that will be perfect to send out to your crafty friends. I use some Copic markers because that is my go-to medium to color in if I want to do something fast, and that was what I was going for today's video. So I kept it quite simple, and I will leave a little bit of the coloring in this video, and then I will of course speed everything up so you don't have to watch me like color this in real time, because I am absolutely not that fast at all. And I know that I've been talking about this in previous videos, but I'm no expert at coloring. I just put the color down. I'm trying to have somewhat of a differentiation between the colors that I'm using so that everything looks nice, that it brings some life to the image, but I'm no pro at this at all. So you can definitely do the simple color that I did today. I used between 2 or 3 markers for every like image here, so that is not too much. So you don't have to have all the Copic colors out there. You could also use any other medium that you would like watercolors would work really great with this image as well. So yeah, that is pretty much it. You can see here I decided to go with quite few shades. I brought in the same colors as I used for the gnome's hat here to the center of the heart. I used it on the dog's hat as well, so you can see it was really simple and it worked out great in the end. So here I took some Nina smooth cardstock, and I believe it's 80 pounds, and I took one of the stencils from Trinity stamps called A2 Foundation Square Stencil, and I brought in some Victorian Velvet distress inks, and I used my blending brushes just to I just love them. I use them for everything, just to make this nice transition between the purpley pink color down towards the white at the bottom. And I also used another stencil there. You can see it in the background creating snowflakes, but I wanted this to be like more of an interesting feature in the background. I also splattered some water on top of it when it had dried somewhat. I dried everything again, and then I used a crafter's heart. I believe this was released a year ago, and I absolutely love it. I have other videos with this image as well, and if you look at this YouTube channel you will find them. And I used some silver embossing powder, and look how that turned out. I love this silver embossing powder. Every time I use it I'm like, why am I not using this more often? I always reach for the gold one. I love my gold, but this was really pretty. I loved it. And I also cut out with my Marshmallow Alpha 3 times with some white cardstock and then some white glitter cardstock on the top. I have done this in previous videos as well, just inking up the bottom with the same color as I used in my background. I thought that looked a little bit... No, actually I liked how that turned out. I did similar one for the other one. You will see I will not make it to the end here. That will actually not make it to the second card. I went in another direction, but I switched out the colors for that one. So never mind that. I adhere this down to a standard A2 size card panel, and then I will start assembling everything on top of it as well. I glue this down with some liquid glue. This one is from Nuvo. It works really great on top of that embossing powder, so you don't have to worry that the letters will fall off after a while. So it really stays put. I raised this image up a little bit as well to make some contrast between the background and our image, so you really can see how she is popping out there. And then I cut away the love and just had the part that said made with, and then love large in the background. I love how this card turned out, and I used some glitter to the center part of this heart, and that finished pretty much off this first one, and we will go into our second card here in a second. And For that one, I will actually switch out some things. And to starters, or actually you will see me paint this in with some white details here as well. I will speed this up a little bit. I am, as I told you previously, not the fastest at coloring. All the dots in the little dog's hat here I turn into white spots. I really like that, and you can see that silver embossing powder in the background, so pretty. It really shines when you tilt it in the light. So now we will go into our second card here, and for this one I switched the stencil, and this one is called Layered Heart Stencil, and I'm just masking off the parts that I didn't want to have inks on it. And I'm using sponge, sugar and candied apple distress inks, and I will make this have this softness towards the middle part and more of a vibrancy towards the edges. And then the fun thing with this is that it really coordinates with this stamp set, a Crafter's Heart stamp set, and I will do the same thing to this one. I am using Versa mark ink here, making a clear impression, and while it's sticky I'm pouring over my embossing powder. It's the same silver one from Ranger, and I'm heat sanding it off camera. You can see how beautiful that turned out. And then I will pretty much do the same thing all over again. I will adhere my image. You can see I raised this off. I actually put this on another project and I didn't like how it turned out at all, so I actually ripped it off and created this one instead. I left those parts out, but it's always fine to know how a card came together, I think. So anyway, I used the whole sentiment for this one, Made with Love, and I tucked it into that heart center. I'm going in with a white gel pen once more, and that pretty much finished off our second project. I kept this quite simple as well. So if you like these projects and how I took a Christmas image and turned